Okay, so I'm in my car. I was not expecting to do an on the cuff, off the cuff um, fruit video today, but here we go. I like to go to the little Mexican mart by my house to look for uncommon stuff, and at this point they know me and why I'm there. Um, Today I got some spiny chayote, a mamie, and some tiny mangoes that I've never seen before. I think I've known about small mangoes, but I've never had some, so I've got a little handful of them. And the girl there was like, "Oh, you're here! You missed this thing we had." And I'm like, "Oh, well, what was it?" And they told me the name, and I didn't recognize the name. And she told me it was it's like a cheryimoya, and she asked me if I've had that. I'm like, yeah, I've had a cheryimoya before. And she said, well, do you like it? She's like, or I said yes. And she said these are like that, but it's like a stronger flavor. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. That's a bummer that I missed it. And I think he's the owner, this other guy that works there. He's like, oh, well, let him try it. Go get it. I guess they had like, nobody bought it because it was such an expensive fruit. So it had gotten overripe. So they just like, broke it down and froze the pulp. He's like, go get it, let him try it. So she goes into the back and gets it out of the freezer. I'm like, oh, that's very nice of you. And I like didn't even ask them to do this. He's like, yeah, go get it. Let him try it. So she brings it out and gives me like a little cup with the pulp. And I had one little bite of it, and it is so strong. It turns out this is a soursop. I didn't recognize the name. I asked for the name again, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh, it's a soursop. And she asked me if I had it before. I'm like, I've only had the juice from like a concentrate sort of deal. But now I've gotten to try it fresh, and this is an incredible flavor. I didn't get to see the fruit itself, but I've gotten as fresh as it could have been pulp from the fruit. And my gosh, it's very floral. It almost has like a bubblegum-esque flavor to it. I think because I've had gums that use a flavoring similar to this, but this tastes amazing, fresh. I think he told me that it was like $19.99 a pound or something. So it's no wonder nobody bought it, because they can be big fruit. Like a soursop can be huge. Theirs was like more reasonably sized, I think. He told me that they can't import them from Mexico because of certain laws. So they got this particular fruit from the Caribbean. So when it came to them, it was also like a bit ripe already. But I thought that was really interesting, just hearing where they got it, and just getting to try this is awesome. And I think it's really hilarious that they now know me as like the guy that's looking for rare fruit. I didn't try to do that. I also have like a few seeds from this, so I'll save those and try to grow them and see what happens. But this tastes incredible. If I saw it I'd probably buy it, even though I know in my heart that it would be extremely expensive. The pulp kind of sticks to the seeds, or vice versa. You kind of have to chew it off. Also, the owner, I think he's the owner, was like asking me about its like English name, and I showed him just the Google page where it says, you know, Soursop. And he's like, oh, okay. So it was fun. It was a kind of a wholesome interaction where they're like, yeah, just bring that out, let him try it. So they just bring me stuff and give it to me. But that was fun. Anyway, just a short video about randomly getting to try soursop as fresh as I could for the first time. And it tastes amazing. If you get an opportunity to try a soursop, I would recommend it. It is similar to cheryimoya, but also quite different. The texture is similar in that it's kind of a custardy sort of texture. The floral tastes in this are like off the charts. It's such a strong flavor, but it's not exactly the same as cheryimoya at all. I'm trying to get the seed out. There it goes. Anyway, that's the video. I'll see you guys for the next one.